What's up, EIs? Trying to relax here. I keep getting spam calls left and right. Oh my god. What's today's December 6th, 2021. Oh my god, yeah, ambulance now, really. Anyways, I was way out of my comfort zone. I went out. I haven't been to this area in a while. About almost a month and a half ago, I went to that neighborhood. And nobody was there. Nobody was there to bother me. So what the fuck is this guy doing? What was that guy doing? He was there to bother me. And I haven't seen him since right before the pandemic. The last day we had, I was supposed to be in that area for a reason. So how the fuck he knew I was gonna be there at that moment? Demons. I didn't even know he was gonna be there at all. How did he know I was gonna be there? It makes sense to me. He actually bought something this time, we saw. And he gave me the peace sign. Yeah, give me the peace sign. I will keep recording your ass. What the fuck you doing following me? And now he wants to act like he's normal. All the other videos he acted like he was not normal. Tell you how much they fucking try to play with us. He was pretending the whole damn time. He can go fuck himself too. Anyways, I walked in there. I was having a little bit of trouble. I was trying to order coffee and something to eat. And for some reason, I wasn't putting the coffee and the food together, so I had to put them separately, which was annoying already. I was like, whatever. There's no place to sit outside there either. They did put a bench at one point. And the other bench that I usually go to was occupied. And there's another bench, but it's 2 blocks away, so I went across the street from the bench I was at before. And there was a table. The pizzeria has a table outside. I don't know if they have inside dining. I know they have it outside, so nobody was around. So I decided to go sit there, have my coffee, and eat something. And I saw some perps, of course. So there was a couple perps walking by, talking loudly, of course. They couldn't do much else. There was somebody whistling, and I just watched the video too the other day about the whistlers. I was like, oh boy. And he was going, hey, hey, hey. I did not turn around. Go fuck yourself. I'm not turning around to that. First of all, my name is not Hay. Hay is for horses. Even if you were talking to me, you turn around. No way. Fuck that. Don't call somebody Hay. I'm a woman. You say ma'am if you see me. It's ma'am. It's true though. I'm a woman. You have to call me ma'am. I will not get insulted or miss. If you call me a man, I will punch you like a man though. That's another story. Anyways, so at one point I finished eating, but I'm still drinking my coffee. All of a sudden I hear like a loud bang on the table. I turn around, as this guy, he plopped his big ass bottle of water. And he's standing there in my way, right near me, to talk to his friend or something, very loudly. So I'm like, okay, these are all fucking perps. And all of a sudden, more people kept coming around, wearing red and black, of course. That's all they ever do. And I'm like, you motherfucker. So on my way home, I get my first spam call. Usually they start in the morning, but I shut the phone off in the morning, put it on airplane mode so I don't get interrupted. So it started on the way home. So I'm like, this motherfucker, I pressed the button to shut it off. So I'm like, alright, they keep calling, I'm gonna block it when I get home. No big deal. I get home, and a half hour later, now mind you, I'm in my house doing my laundry right now. It's alright, I'm gonna do my laundry, get something done today. I came back from where I was. And I started getting a phone call. I'm taking a break from doing my laundry, just come out here to just be outside, in the nice, cool air. It's like 60 degrees today, so I wanted to stay out a little more. So it's the same bitch from yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. Her and her husband keep calling me to tell me I'm eligible for Medicare. So I'm like, you already called me yesterday. How many times are you gonna call me? And all they know how to do is That's all they ever fucking say. Like, they really need to know a lot about me, so I don't give nothing away. And then I blocked it. Now I have an app to block those calls. Yeah, that really went well. They keep calling me from other numbers, so I'm gonna go back to the app every 5 seconds to put so many different numbers in, I guess I have to. So then she calls again, this bitch. Gives my number to the next person, which is another woman. She doesn't sound Indian, but she probably is. She probably has a really good accent. So she calls. First of all, it's an automatic voice first, and then they call. They talk to you when you press 1. So I did that, and I said, you know what? You don't have a life. What are you fucking doing with your life? You call people all the time. You just called me 2 minutes ago, and I hung up on you. Like, what are they doing? Like, you trolls out there keep calling us lowlives. We're not the lowlives, you are. You crank call us every second of the day with different phone numbers, and then we go look the numbers up, and it's like not a real number. Like, how are you doing that? Like, how'd you even think of doing that, first of all? Because you have too much time in your hands if you do that. That's all I'm saying. You have too much time in your hands. You sit behind the computer screen threatening people. Then you call us up and do spam calls on us. Fuck you all. Get a life and get a real job. That's not a real job. You tell us to get a job. That's not a real job. Sitting behind a fucking computer insulting people for a living, that's not a real job. So, I hope you get fucking fired. Anyways. So then I saw some handlers. Oh my god, they're fucking everywhere today. So, right after I get out of the store, I'm waiting for car service. And I'm waiting there, right? I had like 15 minutes. And the delivery truck, the delivery car, when you get your groceries and you have them delivered. The guy's sitting there, old ass, I don't know how old he was, like he's an older man, clearly high as a motherfucker, blasting the radio saying he wants to put something in me. I'm like, yeah, okay, yep, that's not happening. He kept looking at me the whole time, so I'm like, are you fucking serious? Where is this damn car? Oh my god. Why do I have to wait for everything? So, I'm waiting and I look over. There's a funeral home next door to the grocery store I was at. I guess they were family members of the person that died. The way they were standing in front of the place, it looked like they were handlers. And they had purpose with them. They kept staring at me the whole time. And I'm like, I kind of thought they weren't. And I looked over, there was nobody there but me. Everybody else was like walking into the store, so I was the only one standing out there waiting for car service. So like, I'm standing there waiting, and they looking over at me. They keep doing it, like they kept doing it the whole time. I was like, get a fucking life. What are you doing that for? Like, what is it satisfying you to just stare at people and laugh, and then point at them and laugh, walk around them and laugh, and go tell people in their sports cars to drive around, blow the horn. Like, what is that? That's not satisfying. You're full of shit. Ain't nothing satisfying for you. That's the point I'm trying to make. They're jealous. We have the light in us. They don't like it because they don't have that light. They sold their soul. So they hate us because they ain't us, you know what I mean? It's true. We don't do that stuff. We mind our own business, and we do what we gotta do every day. I don't come outside right away because I want to clean the house a little bit. And then I come outside. So if you're waiting for me, be prepared to be filmed. Because I'm not tolerating this shit. You're a Karen. And a Darren. And an asshole. I will film all your antics. I don't fucking care. You could wave at me and the camera at all you want. I don't fucking care. It's entertainment for me now. You think you're doing damage to me? Nope. You're not. You're making me laugh is what you're doing. And one day I'm gonna charge up my iPod and I'm gonna go near you. I'll blast a song. I gotta get some more songs on my computer. Put them on the iPod. I made a phone call, and the fucking train comes by as I'm leaving the message that was very important. And now I was doing it again. Plus the ambulance, you hear it? The fire truck, whatever the fuck that is. I don't care anymore. You hear it? It's exhausting being on Earth. We're almost home though. Chosen ones. Chosen ones. Chosen ones. They know that we're better than them. The only really good thing that came out of today was right before I left the house, I saw a woodpecker. I haven't seen one of those in years. I think it was a baby woodpecker. It was so cute. We have starlings in front. And I saw this bird. I'm like, is that a woodpecker? Like, I saw a little bit of tinge of red. Something it was. It was freaking adorable. Now, there's usually a cat back here, but I don't know if it's gonna come by. Oh, here, I think those are starlings. Oh, they're not gonna come around anymore. Yeah, they were just flying around, so they're probably, oh, there they go. I don't know if it's gonna come up on the video. Maybe they're just pigeons. There's something's flying over there. Yeah, maybe it's just pigeons. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, it's probably just pigeons, but it's near the train station. Oh, there they go. That's cool, right? A couple days ago, I saw some geese doing that, or in the front there. I heard them going, ha, 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 ha. And I saw them all. I was like, oh, that's cool. Usually, these perps keep us up all night, so we don't see stuff like that. Because we do appreciate nature. We like sitting in nature and just trying to be calm, especially in the city. It's hard to be, peaceful out here. But that's why I like this backyard. I haven't been back here in a while. I just wanted to come out here. Some air. We still have some plants. This plant is still thriving. It's 60 degrees today. It's winter. It's so weird. And during the week, it's going to be in the 50s. Like, what? It's kind of crazy. Like trying to figure out some stuff. So those are the only leaves. The cat's been going up to in that area. As long as it ain't my neighbor. So there are only leaves. There's no banana peels. Some weird bug right here. It's really dead out here. Anyways. It's kind of strange and eerie that Witchy Poo hasn't been back here. Because, it's almost the winter solstice, you know what I'm saying? So, I really do think that she drives a car now. I think that's her car. The new car I showed you. Looked up the license plate, it doesn't exist. You have to pay for it. You have to pay to learn. They're not stupid, I guess. They're like, oh, this is our license plates, and we're not going to be found out. It's like the asshole across the street. He always parked in front of my house. I went to look up the license plate, it didn't exist. I even tried to look up their address. I'm not sure anybody's name. This was like a first initial and the first and last initials, that's it. And then how many people live there. Now, he hasn't bothered me in a long time either, but I think he has a wife and kids now. I think he started a family. I think they all go to Israel every year. So he probably met somebody. So he probably did have a crush on me. I don't like him like that. Fuck. I don't like the vibe I get from people like that, you know what I mean? First of all, he's young. He's too young for me. And he's Jillian's best friend. No, thank you. He was always spying on me because she wanted to know what was going on in my life. Like, why? Why do you need to know what's going on in my life? I don't care what goes on in her life. She only did that because she did a lot of stuff to my house. Like our decorations out front, she used to break them every year. We never caught her doing it because we didn't have cameras. But we used to see stuff like on the floor, like cigarette butts and candy wrappers. One time she took a piece of chocolate and she rubbed it into the door handle of my sister's car. But not the front door. No, the front door, the driver's side, and the back seat, the back door, that. I went to go put something in the car on the grocery store. I was like, what the hell is this? It was all chocolate. Thank God it was just chocolate, but ew, melted chocolate. And when we went home, there was a piece of chocolate on the floor and the wrapper. I'm like, you bitch. We had like a little flower pot on the porch. And every time we put flowers there, it gets thrown to the ground. And we used to have real flowers in there, so we used to have bees and butterflies coming around. And one time we had a little Christmas tree in there with like little ornaments on it. She took the tree out, flung it down the stairs, and broke all the bulbs on it. So we saw like pieces of bulb all over the place and the pieces of the branches all over the place. That's why we put fake flowers there. But you saw, look, that got knocked down too. So it cannot be the cat. The cat likes sitting on the porch too. One of the cats. And he likes to sit in between the flower pot. It's so cute. Like, we saw him do that. We came back from the store and we saw the cat just sitting there. It was so cute. But he's not gonna knock that down. He's not vicious. But that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, they're gonna come back eventually and do more stuff. So she's the only one that would do that. And then the bitch next over here took over, and she started coming into the backyard too. There's a lot of stuff. You see how the chairs look right there? Oh, when we first got the table and chairs, we had everything on there, the pillows, the cushions and everything. And like, you know, like little decorations. It was all pretty back here. We had the flower beds, you know, like flower pots, the long ones. And then those types of flower pots. See how they're knocked down? It's probably from the wind or the cat, I don't know. But she would knock all that stuff down. All the chairs would be on the floor. The stuff would be broken. And I knew it was her. Because I would hear her in the middle of the night. I would hear the door. Not in the middle of the night. I used to sleep good back then. So it was like, once like 1 o'clock in the morning. I would hear the door all the way from the bathroom. Like, I would go to the bathroom and I would hear the door. Like, what the fuck is she doing? And that's what Jillian used to do all the time too. So I would hear the door open and then I would come out, you know, I'll be in the bathroom with the window open because it was summertime, and I would hear two people talking to each other in another language, things being moved around. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't think to take my phone and like shine a light on them or something, you know. I didn't think I needed to hug it because I didn't think, you know, anybody could do that, would do that. Come out the next day, the chair champ sitting on the floor. And we had like a little outdoor carpet. And that would be on the floor. So, you know what I mean? And we would find orange peels and banana peels. So what happens is she was doing some sort of ritual with food, with fruits mostly. And she was telling her husband, for some reason they wanted to come into my yard to do it, but she told him to come in here to my yard and do that little ritual. And they did that for like a month straight. I didn't know any of this was a ritual until later on, until I found the bread on my windowsill. And now, you know, I came out here during the summer and I was reading a book about curse breaking. And I read it out loud. This is like months before the pandemic. I started reading, I break every curse on the family, I break every, right? So I'm reading this book, and then all of a sudden, when the lockdown happened, the cats started coming around. I mean, they brought us so much joy because we like seeing animals. We're like, where did the cats come from? I think they were protecting us. I think she was still doing her witchcraft in our backyard, and the cats, they would come near us, but they would look around like they saw something. So I think they were protecting us. Thank God, because she stopped doing stuff, a lot of stuff back here. I mean, she still did the banana peels, but there was a lot of stuff she stopped doing. You know, ever since the first cat came around. I mean, like a lot of different cats coming back here. You know, we started feeding them, of course. You know, it was nice. It was nice to see, you know, animals. But I really do think that they were protecting us from her witchcraft. Because every year when they plant stuff, they put 2 jars full of stuff. It's an empty pickle jar, and there's stuff in it, like liquids and other stuff, like I guess herbs and stuff. But those are witch jars. That they have the Madonna statue and its own case with tea lights. And then she reads from a paper. That's all incantation. It's all witchcraft. Because first of all, in the Bible it says not to worship idols. So you have statues like that, get rid of them. Like I have a St. Michael statue that was my parents' statue. I don't pray to it. Like I don't do anything to it. Have it because, you know, mine's on my parents. And all I do is dust it. I just leave it there, dust it, when it gets dusty, and that's it. Like, I don't have a special, you know, place like they do for it, you know what I mean? And then my son was doing that, and then he started dating somebody. So he probably had a crush on me and told her to do some stuff. Like, she figured, oh, I'm going to do this incantation, they're going to get together. Nope, we never got together. See, he probably got mad at me for that. You know, that it didn't work. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your mom for that. It's her fault it didn't work. You know, put a fucking witchcraft on a Christian and figuring out there's witchcraft and recounting it. Breaking curses and stuff. You don't do that shit. So I'm going to show you that book too. You can get it on Amazon. That's where I got it. I didn't think it was gonna work. It was Bob Larson's called Curse Breaking. You know, it's very detailed. It tells you what types of curses that can be from generation to generation, and a lot of us were targeted individuals. You know, we're not doing so good. You know what I mean? But we're hanging in there. But that's why we're not doing so good. This curse is on us. Since before we were even born, because our ancestors did stuff. I'm at a point where I see shit while I'm sleeping. It's not a dream. I see the rituals that they did. I see rituals that other people are doing against me. And I see rituals that my ancestors are doing. I don't even know what they look like. So I woke up like, what the fuck was that? It involved the goat. And it involved the woods. I'm going to tell you about that in another video. I think I already said it, but I was on a freaking altar But I know it wasn't me because it was blonde hair. I don't have blonde hair. But I looked over and there was all blonde women with like flowers in their hair, like a flower crown. I guess that's what they do. I don't know. I don't do that shit. I never even been to the woods. I've seen the woods on TV and in movies. But there's a movie called Witch with 2 V's. And there's a goat on the cover. And it's about that kind of stuff. I tell you, they can't hide too much longer because people, you know, since the pandemic, people are going out more. They go into the forest, they go to the creeks, the river, the beach, you know, just taking walks, taking hikes. So people are seeing stuff going on, hearing stuff. So there's a trail for us, you know, for humans to walk on. So, you know, we don't disturb the animals. So this one guy, I don't know what state he's from, but he was walking in the woods and he heard a man screaming, like bloody murder. So yeah. He's like, I'm gonna go now. Meanwhile, he said he went on this trail all the time, like constantly on the same trail. And everybody's like, get the hell out of there, call the police when you get home, because that sounds like a ritual. Everybody in the comments, sounds like a ritual. That's a ritual. Tell somebody, to call the cops. You know, they can't get away with this shit. They shouldn't get away with killing people and children and babies, you know, and animals. You're still killing something, you know, you should never get away with that. You know, it's time these people pay. It's time for people to stop thinking that this stuff's not going on, you know what I mean? Whether they want to or not, we're gonna try to wake them up. I'm not even joking. That's why people hate me, and I don't fucking care. I will break every curse in this neighborhood if I have to, and beyond if I have to, in order for the freaking blessings to come. Now, I'm fighting hard right now. Not as hard as usual, but it's pretty hard. The last time I fought this hard, I went to the post office to saw all those perps, and I, you know, got the whole thing on video, and you saw it on here. Literally the next day, I swear to God, something else sold on eBay. That's what I'm saying. Something good is coming. I don't know what. But I feel it, you know what I mean? You have a feeling that something good's gonna happen. So you block the curses before they start, so the blessing can come through. And I'm watching videos about that, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of prayers that I'm like blasting prayers throughout the house, so something could, you know, stir up the good stuff. And I'm glad to do that before I leave the house too, because that means I'm going to be guaranteed protection before I leave the house. Witches do that, and they don't realize they're not really getting protected because, you know, they're summoning demons basically. When we protect ourselves through Jesus Christ, we're actually literally protected from their crap. So they get very angry because they can't do anything. You know what I mean? They look at you and give you such a dirty look that they want to kill you, because they do. They want to kill you. That demon, whatever demon you cast out, whether it's in your house or in you or in your family members, when it leaves, it goes into other people. So there's people out there that are, you know, empty vessels basically, and they're, you know, giving themselves up to that kind of stuff. Like, they don't care about life or whatever. That's what the demon's going to jump into. And then they stare at you like that. Because that demon remembers, oh, you cast me out. I hate you. You know what I mean? So now it has to go back to where it came from. And it's going to have to deal with the you-know-who. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop. I'm going to keep going. And now, since I did that, I get to see who's in on my targeting. Like, the people that show up in my dream, those are the people on my remote neural monitoring. So I get to actually see their faces. I'm like, oh, okay. Like the other night when I saw the neighbor up down the block, I'm like, oh, I knew it, but I wasn't sure. So I was watching TV through his eyes. I didn't see him doing anything in particular but watching TV. But he's hooked up to my remote neural monitoring, so that's why he came around all those times. And he did the hat tip and all that kind of stuff. So that's one. Then we got these three assholes next door to me over here. They're very juicy people. With that chick and her friend. Multiple times I've seen them in my dream, in my backyard, and I was fighting them. And then I saw them the next day, and they like looked at me like they did that kind of face. They couldn't believe I was still alive. Yeah, what the fuck are you thinking? What are they thinking though? I want to survive every attack by them. Of course I am. I'm here on Earth. You ain't getting rid of me. Ever. God is in control when I die, not these assholes. Ooh, it's a long video. Sorry, I had a rant. You know, I had a lot of shit going on today. All because I got up early. I got up at 7:45, but I stayed till like 8:15. I slept, so I guess I didn't like that because I'm wide awake now, you know. I was energized after that. Yeah, I'm winding down, but I was like wide awake. So yep. So I guess we'll see what happens with these assholes next door. If they mess with me again. I really need to get caught on camera though. I can still call the police anyway, but they're gonna tell me the same thing. If it's not good on camera, you can't do nothing about it. Are you fucking kidding? Anybody that's a Karen that calls the cops, they come right away, even though it's wasting police time. And now it's illegal for them to do that. They still do it and get away with it. But us who are getting harassed, just call the police. They're like, we can't do nothing about it. It's your word against theirs. Or rich, rather. If I make plans to do anything in particular, and specifically like anything that's going to improve myself, I am not going to tell anybody about it. Oh, Mockingbird. I haven't seen one of those in since the summer. Anyway. So yeah, like I'm going to tell you too not to ever tell anybody your plans. Don't tell your family, don't tell your friends. Don't tell anybody. You can write it in your journal, but make sure nobody sees it. Because they will read your journal. If you leave it out, they read it. And they're like, oh, this is what they want to do. I'm going to do it instead. I deserve it, not her or not him. That's their attitude. And that's why I haven't traveled like I wanted to. I'm not a traveling woman, you know what I mean? My brother-in-law is a traveling man, though. He travels for work. And he watched the goat get sacrificed in a freaking store in a basement. That's a ritual. So obviously Satan's gonna help him out. You know, this is his world right now. I tell you, something big's coming. God is gonna overturn everybody. We are not gonna be suffering too much longer. Their time is up. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That's for them.